We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live, Boxing Ego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live.
Like I said before, Gervonta David, Tank, he'll fight Ryan, but it's got to be at 135. And at the end of the day, we're not moving to 140. Absolutely not. Floyd Money Mayweather, easy work. I ain't gonna worry about it. Floyd Mayweather says Tank Ryan Garcia, that fight can get done this year, but it happens at 135. Let's talk about it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Link in the description. Well, Floyd Money Mayweather, he popped out, did an interview with Fight Hype. Link will be in the description as always. And he had some interesting quotes. I want to get through them, and then stay tuned to the end of the video so you guys get my thoughts on the matter. Floyd Money Mayweather, easy work. He said, the main man in the sport of boxing right now is the one that's attached to me, Gervonta Tank Davis. That's the only thing this kid Ryan Garcia, that's the only thing that he knows is Tank. That's the only name that he knows is Tank, right? Oh, I want to fight Tank. I don't care. It's the biggest fight. Okay, you want to fight Tank? You know, in boxing, we make sacrifices. So we know Tank fight at 135. So if you want to fight Tank at 135, we can make that happen before the end of the year. Ooh, Floyd Mayweather set the standards. He says, you just fought at 135. Why can't you fight at 135 again? This is Mayweather who's asking why Ryan Garcia is acting like he can't fight at lightweight. He said he's young. I could see if he was a lot older. He's not in his 30s. When you get older, you know, guys get older and the weight settle in, and then they be like, okay, I can't make the weight no more. But Ryan, he's young. We have to make sacrifices. If it's certain things that you want in the sport of boxing, like Ryan Garcia really want this fight with Tank. So if you really want this fight with Tank, sacrifice. Ooh, Floyd is cooking. We have to make sacrifices. Even though I know I wasn't a 154 pounder, I knew that I wasn't a junior middleweight, but I knew there were certain sacrifices I have to make. Oscar De La Hoya chose the gloves. He chose the judges. He chose everything, the weight class. He chose everything. I knew I was a better fighter. I felt I was a better fighter, and I showed y'all I was the better fighter. So guess what I did? I made sacrifices. So if you feel you could beat Tank, you are the better fighter, then guess what? Make sacrifices. You just fought at 135 pounds. What, we gonna fight in 90 days? We can fight in 90 days if he want to. Whatever he want to do, he gonna get smoked. The fight will not be difficult to make. We don't have a problem. This is what we are gonna do, okay? Now we're gonna turn down a lot of things, but we ain't turning down no money. We turn down our collars, you know, but we ain't gonna turn down no money. So with that being said, we all done some foolish things in our life, but you know damn well we not no fools. So now I'm letting Oscar De La Hoya know this. Oscar, we can make the fight happen. The fight gotta be at 135 pounds. Even though I was fighting at 147, Oscar said, Floyd, you gotta come up to 154. Now he made a sacrifice. Remember this. He made a sacrifice for Manny Pacquiao, but he didn't want to make a sacrifice for me because he felt like he was going to have the edge over me with his size. I was never a 154 pounder. You know, I was always 130 pound beating guys at 147 and 54, whatever the weight was. I was always a 130 pounder that was able, actually, I was a 126 pounder that was able to dominate all throughout the sport of boxing for so many years. So that's what it was. I don't care. We can make the fights happening. And then Floyd said, you hearing it here first on Fight Hype. 135 is the weight class. Boom. In the last 30 days, I looked at my YouTube analytics and it showed me something. It said 50% of the people that watch my content on YouTube for free hit the subscribe button. Thank you. The other 50%, you failed. You did not. SLC, subscribe, like, and comment. to the channel. This is how we grow organically. There's not no big engine or machine outside of myself and great fans that allow us to grow. So I rely on you guys. When you guys hear the videos, you see content that you like. If you ever gained any value from any of my content, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button in that order. Subscribe, like, and comment. Please do that so we can continue to grow organically. So link in the description. Floyd did the exclusive with Fight Hype and he said a mouthful. There's also other things. You guys got to go click that link so you can watch in its entirety. He said a lot and he broke down some things. I'm just kind of going over the part that interested me for this video. So Floyd was abundantly clear. He was crystal clear, made it clear. So there was no discrepancies. The fight weight is 135. Now, I seen this a mile away. Ryan Garcia's people, they think they're slick. Ryan Garcia thinks they're slick. They started trying to change the narrative. Like, this is all Ryan Garcia's team has really been doing from the get-go. And I don't want to get too sidetracked, but I'll give you guys a couple examples. For example, Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia could have easily fought Devin Haney. They, at a time, were both on DAZN, and there was no reason, no obstacles for that fight not to happen, right? That fight could have happened. There was no weight class issues. There was no, he's on a different network issues. Eddie Hearn has worked with Golden Boy before to make fights, like when Canelo was with Golden Boy, and then Eddie Hearn had Rocky Fieldings and, you know, Liam's and all these other fights. Those were Golden Boy and Eddie Hearn working together. So zero reason not to make Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, but they didn't want to. They didn't choose to do it. And they did this to Devin Haney where Ryan Garcia said, oh, you got to impress me, fight someone top 10. He did that, fought Jorge Linares, beat him easy. Then he fought Joseph Jojo Diaz, who just beat Javier Fortuna, the guy Ryan Garcia just beat, right? And those were top 10 ranked guys with mostly all the sanctioning bodies, top 10 guys. And then they moved the goalposts. They said, oh, that's not good enough, Devin Haney. You're a Gmail email champion. You got your belt in the mail. Fight for a title, right? Even though Ryan Garcia was the mandatory for Devin Haney, they played all these games and they said, oh, now you got to get a belt. So first it was fight someone top 10. He did that back to back. Then they told Devin Haney that he actually has to, you know, earn respect and get a belt and all that. He just beat Kambosos. Ryan Garcia's team, if you listen to recent interviews, now they're saying belts don't matter. We don't care about belts because Ryan Garcia is this massive star. And Bernard Hopkins of Golden Boy, who works with Ryan Garcia, they were asked about, hey, what about Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney? Devin Haney's now undisputed. Bernard Hopkins says, and I quote, so? He said so as if undisputed doesn't matter. So that's one instance. Instance number two is right here, Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. All of a sudden, Ryan, he's been at 135. We never heard of him moving up. All we heard of is he has a hand injury and anxiety and things like this. And he fought Javier Fortuna. They're saying that Javier Fortuna requested the 140. And all of a sudden, when he fought Javier Fortuna, there's one fight. Now Ryan Garcia started claiming he's not going back to 35 because 35 is no good, no bueno or whatever. And he don't want to make it no more. So that's why you have Floyd Mayweather. He's saying, hey, when I fought Oscar De La Hoya, which is all fact, when I fought Oscar De La Hoya, it could have been at 47. Oscar fought Pacquiao at 47, but he wasn't trying to fight me at 47. So why didn't Oscar fight? Because he knew Floyd would fillet him. Floyd already beat him at 54. And Oscar with the weight sacrifice, right? Him making a weight sacrifice, that would have tapped him even more probably. And he probably would have got blazed up by Floyd even worse because then it would have been at a weight that maybe gives Floyd more of an advantage instead of it being a bigger rehydration and weight difference if you have to cut the weight to make it on Friday and then fight on Saturday, right? So Floyd is 1000% keeping it real, and that's honest. It's about sacrifices and discipline. We all know, everybody listening to this video, anybody with the brain, anybody with brain cells that are active in their head, they know Gervonta Davis is the A side. Ryan Garcia is from Victorville, which is outside of LA, and he just fought at the Cryptocurrency Arena, formerly known as the Staples Center. And Tank Davis is from Baltimore, a whole different coast, and the Baltimorean fought in the same venue against a late replacement, ASAP Pitbull Cruz. It was supposed to be Rolly, and LeBron James showed up. Not only did LeBron James and a ton of other celebrities show up, it was on a Sunday, and Tank outsold Ryan Garcia. And Tank, as I mentioned seconds before, Tank is not even from this coast. So we know who's the A side. So Floyd has every right to say what he's saying. Ryan doesn't hold the cards. And fast forward to the future. Everything Floyd is telling you, what a coinky dink. This is what Boxing Ego been telling you. I told you, Ryan Garcia, they're trying to play this game, and Ryan's taller than Tank. We know that. So they're trying to give the B side, Ryan Garcia, whatever they feel is an advantage because they don't really want the fight. So now they're going to try to make it at 140. But again, in what world does this work? When Canelo Alvarez earned his stripes or paid his dues or whatever you want to call it, and he was the noted A side versus guys like Caleb Plant, guess what? Canelo gets the lion's share of the money. He gets top billing. He gets, certain choices that in the matter. That's one of the perks of being the A side. So how is it that it's understood? You have a Mexican fighter from Guadalajara, Mexico, and Canelo Alvarez, and when he's the A side, it's understood. Even in imaginary conversations, like when people talk about Charlo or David Benavidez fighting Canelo Alvarez, they say, oh, Charlo, he's the B side, and Canelo, he got to do what Canelo says, and he got to agree to Canelo's terms and stuff like that. So knowing that, how come old media says it when it's certain fighters like Canelo, but then when you see Tank is booming and clearly a bigger star, he just set a record at Barclays for a fight with Rolly. No disrespect, because I know both of them, but Rolly was not like a household name. In fact, he fought Jackson Marinas on a co-main or a co-feature. So Rolly is not just this name. Like, people in boxing know him for sure, but I'm talking about household name like Floyd, like De La Hoya was, etc. He's not on that particular level outside of hardcore boxing fans, right? And Tank did astronomical numbers, better than guys like Danny Garcia and Zab Judah. You got Zab Judah from Brooklyn and Danny Garcia from Philly, which is an hour and a half from Brooklyn, from the venue. And that had a record, and Tank broke that. So we know Tank is the man and Tank is the A side. You can say whatever you want. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make the fight. I want to see it. Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia at 135. Ryan doesn't hold those cards. Peace. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxing Ego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new, interactive, and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks.
The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation.
Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.